Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 17 is here, 16 is in the books, and there's no more Thursday night football this week. And I think we got a couple games Saturday for next week. The contest, for those who are watching, it goes through the playoffs, so make sure you put in your picks. And I want to wish you guys all a Happy New Year. For the contest, our ATS leader is Uncle Jay. He is 138 and 100. That's pretty good. It gets spread against all the games. Our current leader is Moby Polito, still 135, 103 with 1,135 points. And our Week 16 winner goes to Go Bucks. He was 11 and 5 and 99 points. Congratulations. As for myself, I'm at 29th place. I am 114 and 124 with 942 points. Last week I did great. I went 8 and 3. Yeah, I went 3 and 1 on my teasers, 2 and 1 on my under and overs on Twitter, and 3 and 1 on my best bet. So, like I said, had a winning week, even though my my contest didn't look all that great picks because even though I picked the Jets, I didn't bet on it, that's for sure. Jets versus Jacksonville. Come on, seriously. Some of these games you got to know better not to bet on in real life. Contest is one thing, money is another. So that being said, let's get on with the show. All right, our first game is Atlanta traveling to Buffalo. Buffalo is a 15-point favorite. Man, that's a lot of points. But in this game, I want to show you a little graph here. I'm going to put a little rude graph here. The Atlanta versus winning teams. So we got Philadelphia, Tampa Bay twice, Dallas, and New England and San Francisco. Those are the teams they played this year. Now look, they got the third quarter points and the fourth quarter points. On those combined teams, they only got 18 third quarter points. And guess how many points they got in the fourth quarter? 0. So even if they keep this game close, they're going to get blown out in the second half. Buffalo is the 4th seed. They are 9 and 6. They beat New England last week in New England, 33-21. This team is first. Atlanta has that passing attack, but Buffalo is first in defense. They're the greatest team to play against. And it's like, well, can Atlanta, run the ball? Atlanta is 31st in rushing offense. So, I don't think they're going to get anywhere with that. I think this is going to be a total wipeout. So give me Buffalo minus 15. Next, we got the New York Giants traveling to Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears are a 6-point home favorite. New York Giants, they lost to Philadelphia 34-10. There was a lot of blowouts, especially divisional games last week. Giants on a back-to-back weeks. They are a 4-game losing streak. They've been averaging 11 points in those last 4 games. They are 30th ranked in defense and 26th ranked in rushing defense. So I don't know who's going to play on quarterback, either Fromm or Glennon. Either way, it don't really matter. So either way, I'm taking Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears, last week they beat Seattle in Seattle. Nick Foles came out and gave that winning touchdown and the winning 2-point conversion. Something that Baltimore hasn't been able to do all year, seems like. Nick Foles should play again this week. So give me Chicago minus 6. Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals are a 5-point home dog. Kansas City, first seed, 11 and 4 by 3 games. They destroyed Pittsburgh 36-10. Their defense is coming on strong as well. Offense is phenomenal. Even missing several key players on the offense, they still destroyed Pittsburgh. And not saying much. I know Pittsburgh's kind of depleted, but they are the only AFC team that's clinched so far. They are first in the AFC West with an 8-game winning streak. On the other hand, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, 3rd seed. They are 9 and 6. They destroyed Baltimore, 41-21. Not really saying much as Baltimore is totally depleted, but they are first in the AFC North, which I told you Cincinnati's going to take that North. Joe Burrow, they had historic day on passing, 525 yards with 4 TDs. Fourth ever highest passing in a game ever historically. But when I look at the stats, I look at Kansas City's 4-2 ATS on the road as a favorite, as to the Bengals, who are 1-2 ATS at home as a dog. So give me Kansas City -5. Next, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans are a 3.5-point home favorite. Miami Dolphins, they beat New Orleans on the Monday Night Football 20-3. They're on a short week and back-to-back road games this week. They are 8-7. They did win 7 games in a row because they're 1-7, and it's a phenomenal feat. But currently, they are in the 7th seat. They need to win out to clinch to make sure they're in. And we look at the Tennessee Titans. They're on a long week, so they had extra time to prepare. They won on Thursday Night Football 20-17 is an upset. A.J. Brown broke 145 yards passing versus San Francisco. And what I need to say to Tennessee is 3rd and 23. They actually covered that. They got that against San Francisco. Man, it's unbelievable. The defense is getting healthier. I think Tennessee will, just stop Waddle and you stop the offense, because that's all they had. Literally, it's all they throw at the Waddle. If you can stop or contain him or minimize his gain, I think you should be able to win this. So give me Tennessee -3.5. Next, we get the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts are a 7.5-point home favorite. Las Vegas, they beat Denver 17-13. They are on a 2-game win streak. Vegas, they can't really afford to lose this game. They need to pretty much win out to clinch. Their offense is 5th in passing, so you expect them to pass a lot. The Indianapolis Colts beat the Arizona Cardinals 22-16 on that Saturday night game on Christmas. They are on a 3-game win streak. They are currently 5th seat, 9-6, 2nd in the AFC South. Carson Wentz is out due to COVID protocols. He is unvaccinated, so that means he has to be out for 10 days. Sam Ehlinger is going to be playing. I see Colts trying to run this game and pretty much run it to win the game. Las Vegas, they played Denver last week, and they stopped Denver 2 running backs to only 8 yards for the whole game. Are they getting better, or is Denver just getting worse? It's hard to say. So it does look like they do have a decent run defense. And then Indianapolis, have to go against that pass attack from Carr. Carr looks like he puts on the Jets when he's winning. Then he usually slows down when he's got the lead. So it's kind of risky, but I'm getting 7.5 points. So give me Las Vegas Raiders +7.5. Next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to New England Patriots. New England Patriots are a 15.5-point home favorite. New England lost to Buffalo last week, 33-21. They are currently the 6th seed, as they are 9-6. Mac Jones threw 145 yards, 0 TDs, and 2 interceptions versus Buffalo. But remember, Buffalo has the 1st-ranked pass defense, so he really struggled. And we look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, who lost to the Jets 26-21. It was a pretty close game, but bad teams. They are 32nd in points scored. That means they're pretty much dead last in the league is scoring points. They are 31st in passing yards, 23 in rushing yards. They are 1-5 as a road dog. The running back, their top running back, James Robinson, is out due to injury. Jacksonville Jaguars 32nd in points scored versus the number 1 against points against with the New England defense. 32nd in passing for the Jacksonville versus the 3rd pass defense. And they have the 2nd rank in interceptions and 23rd in rushing versus the 23rd in defense. But Jacksonville did lose their top running back last week. So this should be an onslaught. I don't even see how Jacksonville's going to get 8 points. They might even get blown out and score 0. Plus you got Bill Belichick versus rookie quarterbacks, who's 22-6. So give me the New England Patriots -15.5. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints are a 7-point home favorite. Carolina, oh man, do they look horrible. Is that even a football team? They lost badly to Tampa Bay, 32-6. Sam Darnold got 190 yards Cam Newton got 61 yards, and Cam Newton was the #1 rusher in that game. They allowed 7 sacks, but can they play spoiler? Here we got the Saints. They're still trying to keep in it, but if they lose, they're out of the playoffs. This is a divisional matchup. The Saints, they didn't look good at all Monday night. Plus, they're on a short week. They lost to Miami 20-3. They have no offense, but they have a great defense. They only scored 4 field goals in the last 2 games. So I'm taking the points. I'm expecting the Carolina Panthers to go into New Orleans and play spoilers. So give me the Carolina Panthers +7. Next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the New York Jets. The New York Jets are a 13-point home dog. The Jets did win last week against Jacksonville, 26-21. Tampa Bay, they are 11-4, first in the NFC South division, and currently the 11th seat. They have clinched the division. They beat down Carolina last week, 32-6. And yes, they did cover a 10.5-point spread last week. Tom Brady did do 232 yards and 1 TD. Tampa Bay is looking for a win to move up. So give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -13. Next, we got the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to the Washington football team. The football team is a 4-point home dog. Philadelphia beat the Giants easily last week, 34-10. They are on a 3-game win streak. 6-2 in the last 8 and 4-1 in the last 5. Jalen Hurts did throw 199 yards with 2 TDs. And we go on the Washington Redskins, who got blown out. Worst game ever against the divisional foe of Dallas Cowboys, 56-14 on Sunday Night Football. Washington hit with COVID. Earlier, Philadelphia did win 27-17. Last year, Washington beat them 27-17 in Washington. So this is a different year, so give me the Philadelphia Eagles -4 points. Next, we got the Denver Broncos traveling to the LA Chargers. The LA Chargers are a 5.5-point home favorite. Chargers lost to Houston. Surprising shock of the week, that's for sure. 41-29. Rex Burkhardt ran right through 149 yards with 2 TDs. They're the worst run defense in the NFL by far. The Chargers are outside looking in. Joey Bosa, who is unvaccinated, will most likely not play this week. And area on the other side, we got the Denver Broncos, who lost to the Vegas Raiders 17-13. They are on a 2-game losing streak. Denver could not run that ball at all or pass the ball. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater is playing or Drew Lock. They need to pretty much win out to get to the playoffs. So can they play spoiler? I don't think so. I'm taking the Chargers. I think they're a better team. Maybe they improve some things on defense. They don't have much of a run game. At least they didn't have last week. So give me the LA Chargers -5.5. Next, we got the Houston Texans traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers are a 12.5-point home favorite. My goodness. Jimmy Garoppolo is out. He has a thumb injury. Most likely Trey Lance will play next week. The San Francisco 49ers are still on the hunt. They are the 6th seed at 8-7. And they are on a long week this week. And here we got the Houston Texans, who upset the LA Chargers 41-29. Davis Mills, who had 254 yards and 2 TDs. He's looking much better now. They will be traveling into San Francisco at 12.5 points. So give me the Houston Texans with that 12.5 points. Next, we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are a 5.5-point home favorite. Dallas Cowboys destroyed the Washington Redskins, the most beat down in that division game ever, 56-14 on Sunday night. As the biggest blow-up rivalry in history. They clinched the division with the 11-4 record. They are currently the 2 seed. Possibly want the 1st seed, go after Green Bay. Arizona, who lost the last 3 games against the Colts, Lions, and Rams. Even in the 2 games they won before that was Chicago and Seattle. Not too impressive. And then before that, they even lost the Carolina Panthers. They're just going straight downhill. They did clinch a playoff berth somehow. They're currently the 5th seed. I don't think they're going to do much of good here against Dallas. It's only 5.5-point spread, so give me Dallas -5.5. Next, we got the beloved Detroit Lions right here, buddy, versus the Seattle Seahawks. This game means absolutely nothing, but you got Seattle is a 7-point home favorite. This has no playoff contention whatsoever. Seattle lost to Chicago last week, 25-24. Russell Wilson, 181 yards, 2 TDs. Detroit back-to-back road games, but Jared Goff should be coming back. But they did cover the spread against Atlanta in Atlanta with Tim Boyle at 187 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Dan Campbell, I'm starting to like him a little bit better. You got to remember, he's coaching a bunch of scrubs, a bunch of nobodies. The Lions gave away all their players. And at the beginning of the season, I can only name like 3 people. It's unbelievable. But this game here, historically, in the history of NFL, since Seattle's been in the NFL back in 1976, the Lions only won in Seattle twice. That was their very first year that Seattle has actually, played the first season, and they beat them up pretty bad. That's with Greg Landry versus Jim Zorn. And then the last time they won was like 1999. Which is John Kitna versus Charlie Batch. When Charlie Batch was at Detroit. So historically, out of 9 games, Detroit's only won 2 of them, and that was the very first time they were, expansion team, and then back in 1999. So it's a tough place. Detroit does not like to play there, but 7 points. Detroit's been playing well, at least covering the spread. Seattle's just, they're just not. Their defense looks bad. Russell Wilson, not look good. This game means nothing, so anything can happen. I like the point, so give me the Detroit Lions plus 7 points. Next, we get the LA Rams traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are a 3.5-point home dog. LA Rams beat Minnesota in Minnesota 30-23 last week. Stafford only threw 1 TD with 3 interceptions, but they are first in the NFC West and did clinch a playoff berth. Currently, they are the 3rd seed. Baltimore got beat down by Cincinnati last week, 41-21. Joe Burrow had an exceptional day against that beat-up Baltimore defense with 525 yards. Lamar Jackson might be playing, but I'm not saying, he's the greatest quarterback in the world, but he is 12-0 versus the NFC. If not, Huntley, might come in, but the defense is just so depleted. So give me the LA Rams minus 3.5 points. Next, we got the Sunday night football game. We got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers are a 6.5-point home favorite. Minnesota, couldn't cover the spread with Stafford throwing 3 interceptions. 12 straight games, the Vikings have won or lost by 1 score or less. Dalvin Cook is unvaccinated, had to sit for 10 days. He should play against Green Bay. Green Bay, they beat Cleveland on Christmas last week, and Cleveland covered the spread. They're playing a little relaxed. Even Aaron Rodgers at the end of the game said, "Yeah, we're playing a little conservative." They already got the division clinched. They got like the 3 games ahead against Minnesota, so they don't really need to win this game at all. But they are at home and they have a 6-1 ATS record, and like I said, that 1 was against Cleveland last week. Like I said, they got everything clinched up, ready to go, but they still want to win, but by 7, nah. So you give me the do up, do down, the Minnesota Vikings plus 6.5, and if you wait till game day, it'll probably be up to 7. Next, we got the Monday night football. We got the Cleveland Browns traveling to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers are a 3-point home dog. Both teams struggling. The Browns, Baker Mayfield, threw 4 interceptions, just slinging that ball around against Green Bay, and that's how Green Bay won. Will they play that relaxed, again, and have him just slinging around, or they keep it on the ground? I would, feed it to Chubb every play. So they did lose 24-22. Pittsburgh Steelers got destroyed in Kansas City last week, 36-10. If Pittsburgh wins out, they can stay in the division. Last year, when these 2 teams met in Pittsburgh, Cleveland did win 48-37. I do like this 3 points. It's a low, it's going to be a close game, so give me the Cleveland Browns -3. Well, that's it for the week. Time for my favorites. This is the teams I got money on and will be betting on. So I got my 4 teams. I'm going to throw it, different legs in my teasers. I'm going to go to the Minnesota plus 12.5. It's been money for the last 12 weeks. Like I said, they win or lose by 1 score. I'm getting 12.5 points. Thank you very much. Tampa Bay -7. That's definitely a very good bet. The Houston Texans plus 18.5. Could Houston get blown out by a backup quarterback, 20 points or more? I got the 3 scores with the Texans, so give me Texans plus 18.5 and give me Detroit plus 13. Like I said, I think they'll keep it close. Dan Campbell's got something to prove. And my best bets, we got New England minus 15.5. Like I said, I don't think Jacksonville's going to score anything. I got the Dallas Cowboys minus 5.5, and they want that #1 seat. And we got the LA Rams minus 3.5, and the Minnesota Vikings plus 6.5. All right, that's it for another week. Like I said, don't forget, we are playing through the playoffs and the contest. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next week. Peace. If being a Detroit Lions fan was easy, it would be called your mom, because she loves the D2.